plenty of up and go. It feels fairly planted even in corners. The clearance on the pegs leaves something to be desired, but I mean, what I'm doing right now is definitely not what the bike was built to do. But I mean, it does it. Doesn't complain. Clutchless shifting is super easy on this bike. Snick, super easy. The brakes have good feel. It's pretty hard to lock up the rear because there's ABS. But I've definitely felt ABS engage when I've been using the rear brake on a certain patch of road. Turn indicator is in the usual awkward position. I wish Honda would have switched the horn and the indicator. I don't know why they did that for this bike. This bike has the OEM heated grips installed. That cost me a pretty penny, but I think they're worth it. It's sleek, effective, and it works. Just like a Honda should. I've had people, you know, loan my bike out and take some passengers on this bike, and the passengers have always come back with glowing reviews on how comfy this bike is. I would say if you like to two-up ride a lot, the CB1100 should be on your short list. And plus, just look at it. I mean, it's just a very gorgeous, chrome-laden, old-school Japanese motorcycle. Doesn't have any traction control, so your throttle hand better have maturity. But I mean, even though this bike makes a lot of torque, I think it would be very hard for you to step the rear end out. The gearing is fairly long, I would say. I would like a taller 6th gear, but shorter 1 through 5 if that was possible. But I understand. It's a very linear progression through the gears, and I feel like an awkwardly spaced 6th and very close 5 would feel very awkward. The LED headlight works amazingly. I have no trouble seeing at night. I've installed SW Motec engine guards, as you can see over here, hopefully. And thankfully I've never had to see if they do the job, but they seem very well built. And I would recommend anyone to go through that company to get some engine guards installed. What else? I've installed a Louis Moto seat cover. It's dark brown. They just released it for the 2017 and up CB1100s. I think it looks great. The diamond quilting is amazing. Gives it a really classy look, especially with the red. This is a Rockform smartphone mount. Definitely recommend it. Has performed admirably. I don't usually use it on my short city loops. It's mostly for going on the highway to some place that I don't know. That's when the smartphone sits there. And in all the other cases, I prefer not to have another screen at me. I'm a software engineer, so I stare at screens all day. That's one of the reasons I bought something more analog. I have PTSD from staring at screens all day. Yeah, I bought this bike with roughly 4,000, maybe 5,000 miles. And yeah, I've been quickly putting miles on this thing. It's a beautiful machine. Super easy to put a bunch of miles on it. It's really filled a niche in my garage. I have an S2000, I have a Tesla Model 3 Performance. The Tesla is for getting groceries and doing all the errands. The S2000 is for drives over 2.5 hours. So any fun drive under 2.5 hours, I just take this machine, and it's been amazing. Almost everything on the bike is LED except for the turn indicators. They do stay on, so I feel like replacing them with LEDs would be too awkward, where you'd have really bright headlight and really bright turn indicators on all